of Hindus and Hindu killing of the Sikhs, particularly the leaders.
So the Anandkaris were Hindus, were they? What were the Anandkaris?
Nirankari is a sect
Of
Punjabis and from other Indians who has a Baba, and their leader here, Harminder Pashik, and they have a base in Delhi. After that, Jarnail Singh Pindranwala, he was propped up by Congress against the Akalis, and he started the movement, recruited many Sikh youths, and during early 80s the killing of Hindus was very intensive. The buses stopped, Hindus taken out of the buses, they were shot dead, and Punjab Ministry of Sardar Darwara Singh, Chief Minister of Congress, that was dismissed by the central government, and they imposed the rule of the center, and the lieutenant governor was installed in Chandigarh. And Bhindranwala intensively campaigned, and he based himself in Harmandir Sahib, not Harmandir Sahib temple, but in Akal Takht, which is on the west side of Harmandir Sahib. And the campaign carried on. The Khalistani militants around the Punjab, they not only killed Hindus, they started killing whoever opposed them. They killed 80 communists in Punjab, and Pindranwala raised the flag of Khalistan from Harmandir Sahib. Punjab central government Indira Gandhi, to suppress that movement and to arrest Pindranwala or to kill him, they organized the army. Pindranwala did not surrender, and the Indian army attacked Harmandir Sahib on 3rd June 1984. That place was desecrated. Hundreds of Sikhs were killed inside the Harmandir Sahib complex, and many army men, they were also killed, and the battle continued from 3rd June to 6th June, when the army completely took over.
what year was that?
1984, 3rd June to 6th June.
And that was known as Operation Blue Star.
Blue Star. And Pindranwala was killed in that operation. One ex-general of the army, who was the leading light during the campaign to create Bangladesh, he sided with Pindranwala. Both of them and many other Khalistanis were killed inside there. And the attack on Harmandir Sahib, rather than it suppressing the Khalistan movement, it actually gave a lot of encouragement to the Sikhs, and they used it that they are holy place, sacred place, Harmandir Sahib, was attacked.
Were there many Sikh soldiers involved in the attack?
The leading army general, Mr. Broad, was a Sikh. He led the army units into the, and there was many Sikhs, army men who were involved, overtaking Harmandir Sahib and Akal Takht.
So Bhindranwala's ploy was that this is a holy place, potentially a place of sanctuary, that he wouldn't be attacked there,
Yeah,
and he miscalculated.
yeah. And Indira Gandhi, according to the historians, not only killed them, and she attempted to teach lesson to the Sikhs, but it boomeranged on Indira Gandhi, and she was killed same year, 1984, on 31st October, by two of her bodyguard, Satwant Singh and Jaswant Singh, at her house in Delhi. One bodyguard was killed by the other security personnel, and one bodyguard, Satwant Singh, was arrested. Beyant Singh was killed and Satwant Singh was arrested. From then on, the Sikh killing from 1st November not only started in Delhi, but several other cities in North India, and including to some extent in Bombay. Hindu mobs organized themselves and started killing, and in Delhi, several hundred Sikh families were killed, their houses were set on fire, and that matter is still not resolved there. So the Khalistan movement, whereas it was only Jogjit Singh Chauhan in London during 70s, it was taken up by many other Sikhs in this country. The day Harmandir Sahib was attacked, I think few days later on the weekend, there was a massive demonstration in London by the Sikh community in the UK. Coaches from all over India, funded by the Gurdwaras all over, and they ferried the Sikh community, men, women, youth, old people, to London.
What was the IWA's position on the attack on Harmandir
I'm
Sahib?
coming to that. So I gave the background history. IWA position was from the beginning of Jogjit Singh Chauhan, when he raised the issue of Khalistan and established an office in London, took a position against the creation of Khalistan. Fundamentally, that was the IWA position. And in the 80s, before Indira Gandhi attacked Harmandir Sahib, IW continued to take the position against Khalistan. When it was attacked, IWA did condemn Indira Gandhi for attacking the sacred place, but also it condemned Jarnail Singh Bhindranwala that he was also responsible, who was a creation of Indira Gandhi to divide the Sikh community, and then he rode the tiger and he didn't come off the tiger and he was killed. And IW position against Bhindranwala position that he should have not took his residence or created his fighting force inside the Harmandir Sahib. He should have fought for Khalistan outside Harmandir Sahib. So that the Indian Worker Association took the position. Because Indian Worker Association took that position, Khalistan in this country, they took the position against Indian Worker Association.